Hey, everybody. Grant Miller here, Miami Community News. I'm with Paula with Pearson Group.
Yes.
So let's talk about Pearson Group. What is it exactly, how it started, and what does it mean?
Okay, so I work for the ELL division, that is English Language Learning Division. So it started many years ago, and we work across all the country, across the globe, to be completely honest. We have a representation here in US, especially in the Florida area, and we provide English language training and learning for students, learners, institutions, government, all around the world.
Why do you have a location in South Florida?
We don't have a location, we don't have offices, but we have representatives.
Yes, right.
So we have a team here working specifically for this community.
Why?
Because we think, well, Florida is one of our main markets in the country because of the immigrants, people from other countries coming to live in Florida. So the idea is to serve these communities, helping them succeed in learning English.
So how many students do you serve in the whole world?
Well, we serve students from Africa to Argentina to Europe to the US, Central America, everywhere.
And the sole purpose is to teach English.
Teach English, and of course now we have different methods for self-learners as well, and we also provide assessments, different tests in different geographies, like for example tests for migrations, for economic purpose, people wanting to live in other countries, for example people wanting to migrate to Canada, they have the opportunity to take one of our tests and be able to live there as well.
But English is the major language there?
English is the major language, yes.
So you got people from all over the world?
Yes.
Is this a virtual class? Is it a person class? What is it?
We have different courses and different methodologies. We have digital, we have print courses, we have tutorings, we have different solutions depending on every need.
Okay, so before we go on any more farther in the company, let's talk about you. Where were you born?
I was born in Argentina.
Let me hear it. Can you sing that tune? I am Argentina?
I am Argentinian.
Okay. You're born there, and you have some kids? How many children do you have?
I have 3 daughters, and we moved
What are their ages?
20, 17, and 15.
And how many languages do they speak?
They speak 3 languages.
English, Spanish?
English, Spanish, and Italian.
Why Italian?
Because my roots are Italian. My grandfather family comes from Italy. And we decided to send them to an Italian school so they can learn in Argentina.
Wait, so is there a population of Italians in Argentina?
Yes, it's a big population of Italians in Argentina.
Most people don't know.
Sorry?
Do a lot of people know that other than Argentinians?
I don't know, yeah. I think that, yeah. There's a lot, because Argentina was built with a lot of immigrants, like the US, but coming from Italy and Spain
After the war?
After the war, yeah.
Okay, so how long have you been working there, Pearson?
14 years now.
And what position did you start at?
Well, I started back as a business development in Argentina to sell solutions there. And then
What do you mean solutions?
Solutions is like not only books at that time, but assessments, digital platforms, solutions for the different institutions and schools. And then I've been around different roles from different regions like Southern Cone, then Hispanic America, Brazil, then Europe with Spain and Portugal. And last year I've been asked to move to the US to have...
So you uprooted everybody?
Yeah.
And your 20-year-old is in college?
No, because she's disabled, so she goes to a special school, special needs school.
In Argentina or here?
Here.
Which school?
It's Cypress-based.
Wow. Okay.
Broward County.
Broward County. Okay, so keep talking about if I want to learn Spanish or English, what do I have to do? Do you have a digital line across something, a crawler we could talk about? Rochelle? Can we? Oh, there it is right there. Pearson's line.
Yeah. So we have different alternatives for the needs of different people. But if you want, what we are doing is we are trying to start thinking about the motivations for people to learn English. And that's why we did the research here in the US and in Florida specifically, to find which are the motivations for people to learn English.
What is the motivation?
And the motivations are mainly economic, because they want to have more money in their pocket.
Right.
Then they have like communication, have friends, and also prove their jobs to AI. We know that AI is coming and people feel afraid of having their job lost when AI is even bigger. So I think that English is a good opportunity for people to have better opportunities, to overcome some challenges that the future is bringing for them, and of course, to have the proper skills for the future. We know that human skills are the ones that are needed in the future, but English is part of that skills because they will help them develop for better positions when they get a job. It's not the same coming to the US or working in the US when you have a basic level of English than when you are fluent in English. And that's why we are working with that. We are providing this kind of services for people to get fluent and to get access to better opportunities.
Third generation immigrants, your children, their children, will they be still speaking 3 languages, or will they just speak 1? Because I understand, like, immigrant comes in, they're speaking their hometown, or their grandma, their abuela, or their children. But when the grandchildren are born in the United States,
I love that they continue to speak different languages. I think it's a great opportunity, and it shows in different scientific studies that having like different languages help you articulate ideas in a different ways. And I think that having this background help you be more diverse, connect with more people. I think that's one of the main purposes that I always encourage them to learn languages. And I love myself. I also learned French. I learned Italian, of course. But yes, I love learning languages. It's my life.
What language is the hardest to learn?
Well, I think it depends on your background, depends on your origin. If you have Latin origins, maybe speaking Spanish, Italian is more connected than English, but I think English is
English the largest language, or is Mandarin?
I think that English is
universal.
It's universal. It's the language of business. We in our research we try to demonstrate that you need English to be globally connected. So that's why it's so important. If you are a company that's searching for talent, now that with globalization and after the pandemic, people can work remotely from all over the world. So
that's correct.
And I think that English gives companies an opportunity to have diverse talent in their companies, not only the ones that are near there, but the only way to do and to gain that communication is through English. So that's why it's so important that people have English skills. And other thing that we found in our research is that, for example, almost 90% of the people say that learning English at their workplace will be very important. And only 30% of the companies are giving that training on the job. So,
right, so I look up your webpage.
Yeah.
I call you, I email. What's the next step?
The next step is a sales representative will call you and talk with you about which are your needs, what are the needs that your company or your school or your institution is having, and then we design together a solution tailored for you.
But you do go to locations? Or
Yes, we do go to locations, yes.
Individuals or groups, either one?
Either one, yeah.
How long does it take to learn Spanish?
Oh, I don't know.
The average person, a couple of months?
I don't know. It could no more. You never learn a language in a couple of months. That's so difficult.
Okay, so you're learning Spanish. How many different phrases? In Miami, you have to be very careful because there's different Spanishes for different nationalities.
Yes.
Is there one country in the United States that Spanish is perfect?
I wouldn't say it's perfect. As you say, they are different.
Right.
I'm coming from Argentina. I have a completely different accent than other people from Latin America.
Not accent, but...
And words. Sometimes
right.
when I used to work with Mexico, for example, I went to Mexico and they name things that I didn't know what they're talking about. Or sometimes it's a bad word in my country.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Whatever origin you're from in South America, you're going up the peninsula, you go, what is that word? And it's a dirty word.
For example, the word beach, that is in Argentina, we say playa. In Mexican, you say playa. It's the same, but it's a different pronunciation.
How many employees do you have across the country?
More than 14,000. No, in this country,
Well, in this country, how many?
sorry, I think that for English language learning, we are around 50 people, if not more. But then we have a wider organization that is not only ELL, as we call it. We have a division called Higher Education that attends colleges and universities. We have an assessments and qualifications divisions that they are huge here in the US.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Quite impressive organization.
Yes.
Is the company owned by a person, a corporation? Is it individual?
It's a corporation. Yes, you have stakeholders all over.
Public? Is it?
It's public. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who started it?
Well, it's Pearson. The name. Well, Pearson used to be a construction company.
Right.
And then it turns out to be an education company, and now we are the largest education company in the world. Yeah.
When you say language company or education?
Education company.
Like what else do you do other than languages?
Well, we have products for K-12 students, not only in English, but other languages in different countries.
Please run the across the bottom, Calipella.
We have assessments, as I told you. We provide, many things. But everything is related to education. Our core business is education.
So do you get a lot of homeschoolers? What is your target? Like, what students do you get?
Well,
homeschool students, parents who are...
Here in this area, we work a lot with adult education programs. So people coming to the U.S. and wanting to learn English. So we work, for example, with Miami-Dade County College. We have we help a program that is a reverse program for refugees here. So also in the U.S., they learn English with our products. So we help different communities.
So Miami-Dade's a big feeder for you.
Yeah.
Any particular campus, Kendall, downtown, Wilson?
It's all over the place, yes. We have different programs, yes.
It's very exciting. You know, I got problems speaking English, a lot of problems speaking Spanish, more Mandarin. I'm surprised. I keep hearing that Mandarin's the new language. Do you hear a lot of people talking about that?
No. About what? Sorry?
Mandarin, Chinese.
Oh yeah. Well, there was an excitement, I think, about Mandarin some years ago. I don't know if it keeps going. I am not an expert on that, but I think that yes, languages are always surprising because you can learn different language. Now, for example, we have an app that is called Mondly, and you can learn, for example, you can learn Mandarin, you can learn whatever the language you want to learn with an app. You can do it from your mother tongue language. So it's impressive.
Is it? And how long has Pearson been around?
More than 175 years.
Wow.
Yes.
And the founder's named Pearson?
Yes.
And why? Was that for Spanish people, or did he find it under something else? Or was it construction? Then he went.
It was construction, and then it was many different stages, and then it started acquiring some companies, and then it turned out to be the educational company that we are today. But it's like a very long process.
Wow.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Well, if anybody has questions, you go to the ticker. Can you run that ticker one more time, Rochelle? Pearson.com/languages. And if you have any questions, reach out to them. And if you want, Paula will answer anyone you want. Everybody, let's wave to the camera.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Bye.